Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our cast tonight in Season 2, Week 2 of the OCL. My name is Diceheart. I am still joined by Distinct Taste here on the cast. Say hi, Distinct.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're set three. Puri vs Chickens. Gonna be an absolute banger, I'm sure. Just as good as the second set, if not better.
Absolutely, if not better. And I mean, that second set was an absolute barn burner. If you're just joining us for the night, our first set was Wyverns versus Detox. A great set, Wyverns taking the 2-0. Then our second set for the night, our absolute barn burner, Microwave versus Five Guys 3 Lanes, a 2-1 in favour of Microwave. And our third set for the night will be Chickens versus Puri, coming up very, very shortly. Now, maybe we should talk about these two teams. Puri haven't played a set this week. They did have a bye last week, so probably worth going over their team first. Am I streaming for you? Can you see that? No, I'm not.
No,
Oh,
but I just like to. I just also like to just do a quick thanks to Abs for coming in and helping cast tonight. It was a massive thanks, and he was quite awesome at it. So shout out to
Absolutely.
Abs.
Get your abs pros in the chat now if you love to see him on the cast.
Hopefully he'll bless us with his presence again in the future.
Without a doubt, it was very lovely to see him tonight, and he did a great job.
So Puri, this is a team that I mean, I'm going to be a little bit biased towards because I love these people individually.
Yes.
So I'd like to introduce them. We have ZBDD in solo, Nuke Ninja, the hottest man in OCE
Hmm.
in jungle. Madman with a gun. I mean, enough said. He has a gun.
He
What are you
does.
gonna do about
Yep.
it? In mid, the Bing Bing. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. It's DJ Bing Bing in support.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and awesomeness 1-2-3 in ADC.
I'm so
No,
excited to see these guys jumping in for a competitive set here and bringing out their A squad for this OCL season.
absolutely. Puri coming into OCL, and I'm sure they will be making some form of waves.
I would imagine so. They've picked up ZBDD. For those of you that don't know, he was previously Elephant. Um, played on the Janitors back in the day, so very excited to see him here on this team. Nuke Ninja, arguably the sexiest voice at the very least in OCE, bar maybe Abs Pro.
Maybe.
Maybe. Madman was got a fantastic mid laner. I think definitely a competing spot for one of the best mids in OCE. DJ Bing Bing, fantastic to see him picking up a team in OCE as well for OCL. And everybody knows the Binger. And of course, Awesomeness 1-2-3 rounding out the team in ADC. Like you said, this is a very, very exciting team to see jumping in for OCL.
Yeah, absolutely. And who are they going to be up against tonight?
Oh,
The
well, let's have a
chickens.
quick look at who they're going to be up against. It is, in fact, the Chickens.
The cognitive
The
chickens.
cognitive chickens themselves.
I like the red background, a little bit of cog red vibes.
Indeed, a lot of Cog Red vibes going on, and a fantastic logo that the boys, I think, put together themselves as well. Why don't you
Oh, we love to see that.
take us through their team here?
Vemitron in solo. We know what Vem's about. He's going to run it down, and he's going to run it down hard. Stonus in jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Naren mid. Claff support. Claff champ.
Claff Champ.
Claff champ, and then the Goras, not a Goras.
The
The Goras
Goras.
in ADC. And that is honestly a squad.
Yeah.
That's a squad.
I mean, I love these guys. You know, we cast with them a lot. We talk to them a lot after sets. We scrim them, and I mean, they're fantastic to have in the scene. A very, very strong team. Second placed last season, season 1 of OCL, and now coming back for season 2. A little bit of a change up, as we talked about last week. Claffer now jumping onto the main roster here as a support. Nan switching into mid, and Thegoras back into the ADC role that he's pretty comfortable on. Very, very keen to see how these guys go this week as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, it shouldn't be the hardest matchup for Cog Chickens, obviously, with Puri being a new team and just the experience that these boys have. It shouldn't be a hard matchup, but it should still be interesting to see just what they do and how they deal with it.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm just getting set up here real quick, so if you wouldn't mind being a king for a second.
Yeah, no worries. So between these two matchups, I would be looking at probably the jungle. Stotus is rather good, but Ruben can counter it. Mid lane as well between Naren and Madman with a gun. Madman with a gun is uh, a, probably one of the more veteran players on Puri. Being I've seen him like be in scrims and stuff for other teams,
Yep.
so he's got some idea of what's happening at least in this higher competitive level. It's going to depend, and I don't think I've seen Bing Bing in a lot of competitive type situations, but it'll be interesting to go as see you as a support because um, obviously support is very important at this level because they're often shot calling and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I wonder, it'd be interesting to see drafts as well, what they prioritize and all the likes.
Yeah, I'm very, very curious about what their take is on the meta, obviously, as a newer team to the scene, and how they're going to kind of pick up from here. Obviously, as well, they've made a few quick changes during the last sort of week or two, just as they were starting up into the OCL here. So I'm very, very curious about how those newer players are going to bring in the new mentality here. But I reckon we're just about ready to get into picks and bans here.
It seems like we are, and yeah, absolutely.
Assuming I haven't made a mistake.
We,
God damn it, I did. Okay, we're just gonna get
that's
rid of that.
okay.
You didn't see it. I didn't see it. Nobody saw it.
No, I don't. I don't think it got on stream. I
No,
think we're okay.
no,
Yeah.
that's not on stream. No shot.
Oh.
It really was on stream.
It really was. Okay, now we're here for picks and bans. It's looking like Kepri, the usual. Definitely not surprised about the Kepri being coming out here and being banned. What are your top 3 supports right now?
My top 3 supports, without a doubt, Capri Emoja and probably Ganesha Athena. I think for me. Um,
That's
I'm
strange. I would have guessed Afro for you personally.
look. I do pop off on the Afro as we saw earlier tonight. There's no question about that whatsoever in anyone's mind,
No, there's no questions at all.
and nor should there be. I don't understand why anyone would question that about me.
Look, we're just getting closer to the Afro Jingwei lane, and that's all that really matters.
And yet we're not on a team together this season.
No, I mean for your team.
Oh, for my team? Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's scaring me as well because my ADC typically plays a lot of Jingwei, and that
I
scares
know
me a
it's
lot.
fantastic. And Hugh Huang coming out here, I've got a feeling he's just such a safe mid laner
Yeah.
that people just don't want to deal with him. Daji,
Yeah, I like the Yu Huang ban here. I think he's a ridiculously good god. He does so much damage. You're absolutely right. He's such a safe pick as well. And the Daji, such a strong presence in the jungle at the moment, being able to provide a lot of DPS in a 1v1, and the ultimate is just so, so strong.
would have loved to see a Lancelot tonight, but it's seeming like it's going to be banned out this entire set, as it has the other sets, which is understandable. Playing against new gods before they've gotten all their nerfs is kind of a pain.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Lancelot. I'd love to be able to play him really well. That would be fantastic, but he scares the life out of me, and I do not
Yeah,
like dealing with him.
cool CC immune horse, dude.
Yeah, really
That's all I'm
sick,
gonna
bro.
say.
And you can do
Yeah,
it. You can get up onto it a lot of times, and your ultimate cripples. That's cool,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, cool. Much counterplay. And Osiris, just big pressure here. Obviously, they seem to be banning out jungle picks here, which is understandable because Ruben is an absolute beast. Sorry,
Yeah, the old
Ninja.
nuke ninja, keeping away his Darji, keeping away his Osiris. I think those are smart bans there. We did see the the nerf coming out onto Osiris recently with that tether being weakened a little bit, but still seeing a fair bit of play at the moment as well. So glad to see him off the table, and Freya as well being taken away by Puri. Obviously, they've probably heard how good Thegoris is and don't want to deal with that particular god that particular man on that particular god.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even try banning out the Goras. His god pool is just ridiculous, but the Freya is something that can just win them games.
Yeah,
Like
without a doubt.
1-5. Yeah.
Without a doubt. I mean, we saw Snowy on it a little bit earlier tonight. He did really, really well into Flix's Oleron, and, seeing how close he was to winning a lot of those 1v1s and doing so much damage, I'd be scared of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Gilgamesh picked up here first, and just an early pressure god. We've seen it in jungle earlier tonight. It can go on solo. It can also go on support if you're feeling ultra spicy.
Yeah, and I mean,
Um,
these guys do feel ultra spicy pretty often.
uh, Gog chickens are known for their spice.
Indeed they are, and look at that Gilgamesh play as well. 53% win rate over the first 2 seasons of OCL, 13 times played. So not too bad. He has fallen off in the more recent time period though, from a bit less of a common pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the nurse and some of the new stuff coming in. Looks like the Nem Athena here hovered. I love that combo.
Oh.
That's just That's just a quality combo that you can walk around together as a 2 unit and just make stuff happen.
Without a doubt here for it. I think Nemesis is easily one of the strongest junglers at the moment in this meta. Athena, like I said, one of my top supports at the very least, other than the Aphrodite. She provides so much CC, and having a Nemesis in the backline as well. You know, you've got Athena taunting, Nemesis ulting in the backline. You're just doing so much work there, and if you get yourself the right middle laner, you're going to be pumping numbies.
I like it as well.
75% win rate on the Athena. Jesus, sorry.
Oh my, wild, absolutely wild. No, I just like it. I was just gonna say I appreciate the Athena pick for a newer team to the competitive scene
Mhm.
because it does allow you to, if you do make some mistakes, you can mitigate them with the Athena ult, the global ult.
Yeah, without a doubt, definitely. Yeah, it's hard because you don't want to say, bad positioning is okay because you're playing Athena, but at the very
No,
least,
no,
it
of
is going to
course
make
not.
up for some of that bad positioning.
Exactly, just a little bit. You got to be a little bit aware. You're not going to be perfect your first week in competitive, and that's
Yeah,
to be expected, and that's okay.
yeah, without a doubt. Guan Yu now, 100% win rate at one time played on the Guan Yu, and the chickens are going to try to bring it back. Where do you
Oh
reckon this is going
my
to go, though?
lord. That's gotta be solo. It can run jungle, but between the Gilgamesh Guan Yu, I'd rather have the Gilga in jungle and the Guan in solo. What do you think?
Look, I'm going to make a dirty call here. I saw Claff earlier in casuals running the Guan Yu in support, and something tells me he's going to run it down here.
It does have the prot shred. It does have the prot shred, which will be giant for the Gilgamesh Heim
Yeah,
in team fights
yeah, yeah.
with the three. So, and the Heimdall being picked up here, I'm going to assume that's a Goras pick.
Yeah, I would say so. I would imagine, Goras is one of the more mechanically skilled ADCs at the moment in Heimdall. If you can play him at that higher mechanical skill level, he definitely pays off. So a pretty solid pick for him there, 100% of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And another one of those gods that can just reposition pretty easily. Very hard to gank a Heim if he's aware of what's coming.
Cupid
But
hover.
one thing that can
Oof.
deal with a Heim is a cripple.
It's a cripple, and Cupid has one of those in quite the large area as well.
With the cripple and a heart bomb, it can put a lot of pressure onto Heim if he doesn't have his ult up.
Yeah, 100%. I think Cupid definitely has kill potential in that lane. Cupid definitely has kill potential in a team fight, especially if you've got the Athena available to get a taunt off and force some CC. If Nemesis gets some good prot shred off with her ult as well, the Cupid's just going to pop off.
Oh, absolutely. And being able to taunt the Heim out of his TP is also quite big. And we're onto the second round of bans here. It's looks like Poseidon coming out first here from Puri in their fourth ban slot.
Yeah, definitely a solid man. You've got the Athena, you've got the Cupid. Get rid of the Poseidon as soon as you can, for sure.
Yeah,
Except
absolutely.
it should be the Poseidon on that. Never mind.
I would say so as well. They would be picking up the Poseidon, but that's okay. Maybe they're just worried.
Yeah.
The Emoja, obviously a top 3 god according to Dysart. Support coming out band, just a good band then.
Very, very surprised that the Emoji made it this far into picks and bans. We see a lot of teams value her quite highly. She's
So
being
that tells me that Cognitive Chickens aren't convinced that Athena's going support. Could it be Athena solo?
could it be Athena solo potentially? Definitely a chance of that. I'm just making sure I haven't made a mistake here.
Oh, band's the wrong way around, smile.
They're just not though.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Jingchen banned as well.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's not
Yeah,
up yet.
no. Audio banned then by Puri in their final slot.
Look, I'm just gonna keep going because I can't fix this right now. Hades picked up. Or hovered at the very least.
Hades hovered right now. We're just gonna ignore the ban
Hold
and
on,
just go with
I'll
the
fix it real
picks
quick.
right now. No, that's all good. It happens. The Hades putting on is another thing that can pressure out this time. If he can.
Yeah, this is an interesting pick as well. It could go into solo, it could go into support potentially, or it could go into mid. So really, still a lot of flex pick options available at the moment. Except there's not, because I keep forgetting which side we're on. This is a Puri pick. I'm fine. I'm
It's
okay.
absolutely a Puri pick, yes.
Um, ZBDD, he was talking about this earlier as well, potentially wanting to pull out the Hades and bring a little bit of spice to this set. So,
That we would love to see it. We'd love to see the first set spice coming out from Puri.
yeah, for sure. And I mean, what more do you want from the boys? You know, their first week into the OCL, I'm excited to see if they can bring that first week spice and what they can do on that Hades if it is, well, for the fact that it is locked in.
Absolutely. And it's looking like set coming up here for the cognitive chickens, and that'll be a Stonus pick, I believe, in jungle.
I would say so, yeah. What do you think about the set at the moment? Hasn't really seen a lot of play. 2 times played in the OCL so far, but 100% win rate.
It can get in there. Look, if you can get in there as set, you can make stuff happen. But it's very obviously doesn't have a lot of CC.
Yeah.
So in the team fighting stage, it can be hard. You have to be very you have to be very knowledgeable about when you're actually gonna fully commit with your teleport and ult.
Yep.
Your three and your ult. And you're gonna have to make sure that Hades ult is down. Otherwise, you're gonna have to keep a beads or your three up.
For sure. We also see this Thoth being hovered by the chickens here as well. A nice little way to round out their comp here. A good bit of DPS on that god, and obviously fantastic objective secure. Plays really well into the Gilgamesh ultimate as well.
Yeah, depending on what it's going to be pretty hard for Puri to choose anything here that's going to be able to outsecure a Thoth. So they're going to have to be looking to team fights around objectives, not 50-50, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. This is a risky place for them to be in right now, and you know, if they don't pick up the right sort of god here to round out this comp, with the Chiron being hovered, it's not a bad potential pick there either. Potentially going for that sort of double ADC with a good bit of prot shed on the Nemesis.
I do like the Chiron. I do like the Chiron if they can get it. They've got a lot of displacement on their team, which isn't a terrible thing for them to go ham on.
For sure. I mean, they have locked in this Chiron, and it does provide a good bit of DPS as well. Another hunter on that side, but I would have liked to have seen potentially something to play off of that Athena a little bit better. You know, something with a nice burst ultimate. Yeah, Chiron does a decent job of that, but you know, the Poseidon, if it hadn't been banned away from them, would have been a fantastic pick, or something similar to the Thoth maybe as well would have been great to be able to play off the Athena.
Yeah, absolutely. Chiron's going to struggle from level probably 5 to 10 to do as much damage as a traditional mage off the taunt from Athena. But once he gets his trans crusher Heartseeker online, he can really pump numbers with the 1, 2, and then ult.
Yeah,
he can 100% 100 to 0 somebody in an Athena dash, Athena taunt from that.
potentially even looking for the objective secure off of that Chiron ult is not a bad idea either.
I probably wouldn't risk it with the Thoth there. I think Thoth is just way easier to
to secure without a doubt. I think we're just about ready to get into this game now, though. Tell me, though, Distinct, who do you reckon you're going to give this game to, just purely based off of picks and bans there?
Purely off picks and bans, I love Puri. I think Puri makes Set have such a hard time. And as I said, I'm unabashedly a Puri fan, so I'm gonna have to give this one to Puri.
Look, I'm going to have to go the way of the chickens here. I want to see what this set can do. I love seeing this Guan Yu, and I'm very excited. So let's shoot it off to the casters. Distinct Taste and Dice Heart.
Oh, thanks, Dice. Now, Dice, what do you think of these two teams coming in here?
Well, great question, man. Honestly, looking at these picks and bans, and the analysts did... No, I'm kidding.
No, fair enough. Let's just get into it. I think coming out here, we'll see the starts. It's looking like a pretty usual starts here. The Cupid starting the Leather Cow trans tier 1, and the Heim abusing the AoE autos with that Desto.
Yeah, let me
It's
just
good to see.
fix this for you real quick. There you go.
That's okay.
Yeah, Heim Destal, yes, Cupid with the Leather Cow. I'm curious about this Hades build though. He's gone straight for that T2 Bancroft, potentially going straight for that lifesteal option.
Oh, yeah, that is big. That is big. Just getting that online straight away with I'm assuming that's going to be a Boombiz then. If he's not starting with a starter.
Yeah, that
would be my guess.
And it looks like that Vermitron Gilgamesh is being picked up, so that means Claffer is indeed playing the Guan Yu in support. Someone called that on the desk.
Yeah, you were very right. Yeah, absolutely. Casuals paying off the Dice Heart. You said no. Haha,
yikes. Thanks, man. I I am keen to see what he can bring out on this Guan Yu in support here. It's definitely a solid pickup to have. The Prot Shred, absolutely a strong option. Why? Okay,
It's
no, we're
okay.
fine.
It's both teams have started off the same wave with standard red to yellow to jungle for the junglers, and then so we might see a bit of fighting here and right over this first totem of coup, which will be very important for both teams here.
Without a doubt. Very keen to see which side is able to get that pressure over on that Totem of Coup, whether or not the set or the Nemesis provides that extra bit of pressure. But already Killer Toodles here, which is Awesomeness 123, taking a lot of poke there on the Cupid and in a fair bit of trouble. This wave already going hard the way of the chickens here.
Yeah, absolutely. Claff just showing the dominance that Guan brings. But back over to here, yeah, it's easy confirmation for the for the Vemetron and the Stonus.
Yeah, Set Gilgar are going to provide that damage so easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Just one and you hit that thing twice and it's done. It's looking like a lot of pressure coming out from every lane here for chickens. If they can just weather the storm, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, without a doubt. As soon as that Guan Yu is able to start rotating around that map as well, he's going to be providing so much pressure. He's got the Prot Shred, he's got the stun, so it'll be an absolute menace rotating around on that horse.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting to see the Bluestone start here. No, not really actually. That's pretty standard for a Chiron mid.
Yeah, I think so. I would have been interested to see whether or not the Cupid was going to pick that up as well. Maybe get some... oh, there's aggression coming out onto Nan there. Nuke Ninja got a good bit of poke there, but Nan pretty safe on this soft.
I do think if Puri can get to, like, you know, even game 15-minute state, 20-minute state, relatively even, the double hunter Nem comp will do like a lot of work in shutting down these double warriors from the front.
I thought he might be going for this gank again. Oh, Claffer has picked up DJ Bing Bing in the duel, and this has happened to me so many times tonight. So many times. But yeah, nice little first blood there, going the way of the chickens, and Puri a little bit behind now after that particular kill.
Well, that's okay. The Guan warrior support is just going to bring a lot of pressure early over there.
Pretty much what you expect.
Yeah, pretty much what you expect. ZBDD getting invaded. I don't think he got that, did he?
No, it looks like that one went the way of the chickens, unfortunately, for ZBDD. And that haze, you really need blue buff.
Especially if you're starting with no starter. You really want that blue buff.
I do like, though, the way that Puri are kind of trying to take the lead on this map. We saw Nuke Ninja Madman with Gun. They were on those left mid camps, played quite aggressively on Nan, and then we just saw Madman with Gun looking for that red buff invade as well. So they're not quite getting the payoff from it, but they're definitely looking for the opportunities on it, and I really like that out of these guys at this point.
Yeah, we love the energy. We love that
here
energy.
for the vibes, you know?
Yeah, I'm like here for the invading vibes. It's kind of ridiculous.
Oh my god.
It's just going to be standard here for a little while. Both teams just looking at the farm up. Obviously, first blood going the way of chickens gives them a little bit of map pressure. I'll be interested to see how what team can get the cups first. That's going to be, I think, a big sticking point for both these teams.
Yeah, I'd imagine knowing the chickens that they're probably going to be at the very least. Oh, ZBDD dives that tower in the duo lane and he gets the kill on Vemetron.
And that's a solo.
That's a solo kill in the solo lane.
No blue buff, no worries. ZBDD just doing what ZBDD do.
He do be doing exactly what ZBDD do. With Stoinus and Nana playing aggressively onto Nuke Ninja here. The damage is coming out, but a nice bit of... Oh, and the final judgment is going to pick up Stoinus there. Madman with Gun does manage to get up into the Chiron ultimate, but it might not be enough as Nana's there to follow up with the DPS. Madman with Gun being chased pretty hard down, and the slow comes down from Stoinus as well. He's trying to get the damage off before he dies, but unable to. 2 kills going the way of the chickens there, but still pretty well played by the Puri boys, nearly cleaning up a kill.
The final judgment was just impeccably placed to hit Nuke Ninja, and an easy kill there for Stoinus.
Yeah, without a doubt, as we see still aggression coming out from chickens into this duel lane now. DJ Bing Bing only level 5, trying to dash out of that one, but not quite in time. Clafford body blocked it, but they do manage to get under the tower safely as Nan invades this red buff.
I don't think I've ever seen a Thoth solo invade a red buff at 5 minutes. Okay, no, don't worry.
No, it's not solo anymore, don't worry about it.
I still haven't.
No, you still haven't.
So that's good.
You can maintain that level of comfort in your casuals games at the very least for now that a Thoth is not going to do that to you.
Yeah, I'm always terrified of boss. Absolutely.
Only when Justin's on it.
And
As we
CBD
see.
looking to invade here.
Oh, the Gore is playing this one aggressively though. Does manage to get behind the red side, the Puri boys here, but they will manage to get out of this one. I think CBDD did get that invade off though, and he's playing this solo lane so well on the Hades at the moment.
Absolutely. He really is. He gets the blue buff, which is like giant for him.
Things that you love to see for the boy.
As I said, Puri fan, so this is going well.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is interesting though. We're seeing the duo lane are still here in the duo lane. Like both the supports are still over here.
Yeah.
And this is a very weird time for that to still be happening. Now, finally, Claffer is going to probably pick up that Thebes and start rotating around the map. But nearly 6 minutes in, and yeah, no rotations out.
No, Claff has gone for Mail of Renewal.
This is something that we're starting to see actually in SPL. Mail of Renewal over Thebes.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
Can you break this down for us?
No, I love Thebes.
Support main?
Stop picking up Mail of Renewal. Disgusting item. Bad item.
Stuck in a rut.
Awful.
Never changes.
Never change. Don't buy that item. No, it's actually a really solid item if you have a read of it. You're basically increasing your prots.
Hit by ticks, right?
Yeah, basically. And you're providing healing for your entire team or the team that is around you. So it is really, really solid, especially on a pick like Guan Yu, who's going to be healing in AoE around him.
So you can imagine, it looks like he's probably going to be going like a healing build here. You'd imagine a CAD shield as well coming out.
Maybe a CAD shield from the Gilgamesh instead to provide that.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, would love that.
It'd be interesting to see. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts to pick up a little bit of CDR here as well, as Nuke Ninja potentially making an aggressive invade or an aggressive rotation over towards this duo lane. Might be looking for the Goras here as Claffer playing up on this obelisk. Maybe even to be the one to be caught out of position though.
And it looks like it's just a pretty easy invade over on the solo side of the blue.
Yeah, that one's going to go the way of the chickens, though, with Stoinus falling very low, but ZVD falling even lower, and he's going to be picked up by Stoinus there. In the meantime, in mid, Final Judgment being charged up. Nuke Ninja looking for the aggression, but isn't able to lock down Nan there on top of the Athena ult. Now, Nuke Ninja being the one aggressed on. Beats coming out from Nan as the dashing came from Bing Bing, and Final Judgment connects with two. Claffer now looking for a lot of damage onto Bing Bing. The taunt comes out, but it's not enough. Nan picks up the double kill, and the chickens are way ahead in this game now.
Yeah, Nan just absolutely putting on a clinic with this stuff. That Final Judgment just, like, no chance of dodging that. It's aimbotting.
It's aimbotting. He's aimbotting. So, no, really well played from him there. He manages to get out of the Athena ult that was coming in off of the back of the Nemesis. Gets that Final Judgment off. There wasn't any setup. A nice slow came out from Claffer though to make sure that at the very least.
Any milkers?
Oh, nice milker.
Oh, just getting a little bit of milk. Get in the cups.
Get in the cups. Very close to getting this one. Claff maybe looking for another milk, but the red buff's being done by Madman with gun, and Bing Bing's in the area to protect it, I'd say.
Great stuff. Great stuff getting that milk. Getting that. They already have gigantic Gus.
Yeah, Gargantuan Gus is right here, ready to go down the right side of the map whenever the chickens are ready to push it and potentially look for an objective off the back of it.
In terms of if you're Puri, I wouldn't mind it pushing down right, because ZBDD is probably the one person here that could deal with it in any sort of way.
Yeah, doing really, really well on this Puri team at the moment. Unfortunately, did take that... Wow, that's a huge heal. Jesus, Bancroft's on Hades.
Yeah.
And we do now see that there's a Nemesis around this corner. Nuke Ninja very close to this tower, though, as the ultimate is used. And, yeah, Fem's going to go straight back into his tower. ZBDD tried to follow up, but it's not going to be enough, as we see a huge grouping from the chickens over towards Killer Toodles here. Claffer's already up in that ultimate and Final Judgment being charged. It is going to be off the mark, but it was not going to matter, and DJ Bing Bing going to fall as well. The Gorus got that ultimate off to send him off to Heimdall there. I mean, to Heimdall, to Niflheim or something.
Niflheim, absolutely.
Yeah. Meanwhile, though, Vem being aggressed on once more. ZBD does manage to get the ult off, but he's tanking tower at the moment. He's going to get very low. Vemtron might just fall here, but doesn't, and neither does ZBD. Winds of Shamash came out to just barely get that peel away from him, and Madman with guns going to invade some back camps in the meantime.
I would say well played by both ZB and them over there. Just both pretty much exactly understanding how much damage they can take each other.
You're not getting out on one health as a solo laner if you don't know exactly how much damage you can
exactly.
take.
So well played by both of them there, I would say. But Chicken's really just running away with this game at this point. Nan level 11. He's got a 3-level lead on Nuke Ninja, a 3-level lead on the on Killer Turtles, Awesomeness 1 2 3.
Yeah.
But that back-camp invade Man with a gun, obviously kind of keeping up. He's level 10.
Yeah, and again, at the end of the day, this Puri roster, like we were talking about before, a bit new, put together from some players that haven't all played together too much before, but I like to see those heads-up individual plays. I'd like to see Mad Mammoth going for those back camps, and I like to see this Scorpion on cooldown being picked up. Although I think Clapper might have stolen that
I'm
one
pretty sure Laff
because
got that one.
he
Class,
leveled
sorry.
up off it.
Clash champ, bro.
Still the individual plays.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's becoming a bit of an issue here. The Vematron's looking to rotate out of this solo lane early. It looks like
Straight onto this Pyromancer as well. If Thegoris is being aggressed on here, Nukenin shaking a lot of damage, does use the beast to get himself out of that ultimate. Might be able to pick up the kill, but Thegoris has gotten out of it.
Yeah.
And the Pyromancer picked up by the chickens.
Gorish was just like, oh, I'm just gonna 3v1 while you guys do that.
Yeah, well, you guys pick up Pyro. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
I got it. Don't worry about it.
we vibing.
Yeah, we're chilling. I mean, Heimdall's probably the one god that you can get away with that on as well, because he just got across the entire map after taking the 1v3.
Yeah, kind of wild. He didn't even burn beads in that fight.
Oh, Bing out of position here, forced to use a defender of Olympus to try to get out of this one. Manages to just barely get to his mid laner onto the red buff, and look, he's going to get some farm for his efforts.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Stoinus isn't done. I think he smells out this lazy back. Bing being forced to dash away.
I would have stuck that Bing. Good work.
Oh no, he's still lazy backing. Stoinus still isn't done.
Okay.
Green buff will be picked up there by Stoinus instead of chasing down that kill any further.
And the breastplate of Valor picked up here from Clash is going to be spamming those heals.
Spamming the heals. Got the mail of renewals.
I'm very excited to see Clash's healing numbers after this game. I think they're going to be quite wild.
I'd imagine that already he's doing alright, and a 1k at this point in the game is pretty decent on the ground.
11 minutes, yeah, not bad.
Vematron is low, but Stoinus is around this area as well, and look, this is a sizable rotation coming up from the chickens as well. They will choose to back off, but, Final Judgment absolutely available for an on there. He could have looked for a kill there onto ZB or onto Nuke Ninja in that position.
Yeah, absolutely. And Them is actually up now, even though he
I like this. Solo. I like this. You know that the chickens have backed. If you have the DPS for this, you have to get it down now. Claff is already in the area. They sniff this one out 100% of the time. Nuke Ninja not quite close enough to provide his own DPS. Bing falling low to this one, and Claff has already ulted in. The horse is there. They are going to try and 50-50 it. Cupid ult is down. Thegoris has picked up the kill on the Bing. Chiron ultimate is out and doing some damage. Nine is doing what he can as well, though, and already one man sent into the sky off to Niflheim. Thegoris has picked up a double kill, and Stoinus killing Killertoodles on the back while the rest of the chickens pick up this Gold Fury.
Yeah, honestly, it was a good call by them. Maybe some, like...
I'm sorry?
Soloed? By the tower?
By the tower?
Yeah. You get that in the big jobs.
You do get that on big jobs. I was talking to him earlier, and I actually think he said, I'm going to do everything I can to die to a tower on Hades. I think that was the full quote.
Oh,
that must have been it.
If it was plans, then we can't say it was bad plans.
I have to assume it was, because why else would you die to that tower there without getting hit by Vem? Wow, so much damage.
At 13 minutes. Oh, that's
Madman with gunning a lot of trouble. The final judgment just barely off the mark as Madman pulls off a mad juke on that Chiron dash, but mid tower does fall for the chickens, and they're looking to group towards the Fire Giant already.
Yeah, absolutely. 13 minutes, and a 10k lead here for chickens coming out. 0-4 on this Athena is DJ not pulling out quite what you'd hope.
No, it's a rough position to be in as well. The Athena, as soon as you get behind, and he unfortunately did get first blood, and as soon as you get behind on that Athena, you're in big trouble. She plays so poorly from behind, and if you can't get enough CDR on her, she's going to struggle. But Puri maybe grouping correctly here. The Nemesis ult comes out onto Thegoris, but he does manage to get the teleport off, and he's going to unfortunately be pushed away from this purple buff as Puri are going to secure it for themselves.
And Nukenin's just running around, trying to help his team. Every lane's losing. He can't do anything. I wouldn't say it's his fault, personally.
No, he's definitely doing his best here. 0-3-0 on the Nemesis is an unfortunate slash line, though.
I'm not biased though, so
no, of course not. But I mean, you have to look at the Puri team and go, ZVD did just die to a tower, and Ninja can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Stoinus though in this area, making sure that ZVD doesn't die to a tower this time, potentially looking to pick him up himself, and a nice bit of healing coming out from that Hades area is going to keep him alive just in time to get to this tower. Meanwhile, Nam being chased down by a few members of Puri, but it looks like the chickens might group and take a fight around this Fire Giant.
I'd love to see how early the chickens think they can And Nine just shooting through the wall, just throwing out anything. Anything he throws out, even if one of his abilities hits, it's just gonna do a lot of
Probably
damage.
gonna
Just
half health
simply 'cause
someone.
yeah, just simply because of the level distance. I would not be surprised if we see a Final Judgment one-shot this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either, and honestly I'm kind of excited as the drop kick comes out very nice onto Nuke Ninja. He's used his shield here, dashing towards ZBDD to try to give himself some space, but Clapper's just dashed in, looking for ZBDD on the backline. None also around, and Stoinis potentially going to play aggressive on this one. Madman with Gun might just be the target that they go for, but Puri playing this one safe onto tower, and Chickens might be trying to pull too early of a Fire Giant in this position.
I don't think they're looking to fire. I think
They're looking for this
pressure
right
out
side
this
tower.
right side. Yeah.
ZBDD goes in and huge
Oh,
ultimate
that's
doing a lot of
big
damage.
ult.
And a nice Nemesis ult came out as well. Winds of Shamash. Stoinis is going to lock down that kill. The Gorus and Stoinis taken very low there, and a huge ultimate from the Chiron as well. Madman with Gun picking up one kill. In goes Bing Bing, and a nice dash taunt as well, but the rest of his team are not quite there to follow up. A nice drop kick gets Bing Bing off of them into that wall. Vematron following up as well on this Trebuchet.
Yeah,
There's Trebuchet, there's Gargantuan. Gus is going to push down this tower.
Yeah, absolutely. They lost that fight, so now they're gonna it's gonna take this tower and most likely the second one before they
Blink
can
in
do
from
it.
Vematron as well. A nice drop kick into the wall, but a good bees will keep Madman with Gun alive for now. But how much longer before Narn goes in and starts ripping through damage on this Soth?
That's insane.
I kind of just want to do this real quick, just in case he goes for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's going for it.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
180? Oh, okay.
Unfortunate.
And it looks like we got a bit of a split push coming out here, which is honestly good call.
It was a good call from Killer Zoodles. They tried to get off that T2 tower, managed to get the T1 knocked down. Meanwhile, Chickens are going to pick up the Pyro. It was a good TP from Vem to keep that tower up.
No, absolutely. And that's just a free Pyro, as usual for the Chickens there. But they've been able to deal. It's such a shame, you know. ZBDD was really holding his own, but just one gigantuan Gus.
Indeed,
That's
all it takes.
Yeah.
But I do have to give credit to the Puri boys there. Yeah, Chickens won that fight, and they definitely won it in a pretty commanding way. But Chickens made the best of that situation. They played up in the best way possible. ZVD got a huge ultimate off, and Madman with Gun was there to follow up as well. And it was nearly a fantastic turnaround for those boys there. Chickens just too far ahead at this point. Yeah, exactly. Madman with a Chiron bow. And what's more scary than Madman with a gun? It's a Chiron bow.
Absolutely. Notoriously more scary.
Oh, absolutely. We've heard it. We've heard it for centuries now. The ancient Greeks warned us. As we see the Chickens now grouping towards the Gold Fury. It'll be an Oni Fury, which should give them enough pressure on the map, along with a Trebuchet in the left lane for them to potentially go over towards the Fire Giant shortly.
Another gigantic Gus, and I would just like to say I have been seeing Naren just charge his ult, just ready to send it. So I'm kind of hoping, I'm kind of feeling we might see a 1K Final Judgment coming out here pretty soon.
I'm waiting for that one shot, and you better believe that I'm going to give us a first-person view of him going for it. Please. Don't you worry about that. As Oni Fury is being picked up, the Gorus here taking it up a little bit, doing a fair bit of damage though, and Oni Fury should fall very low here. Narn off the back as well, should have that Final Judgment ready to secure. DJ Bing Bing might look for the play into this one though. He's got the taunt, and there's a big grouping up there. He is going to get that taunt. No, he's not going to get there. It is off the back, but a sprint came out from the Chickens as well, and they're diving pretty deep here. Ultimate out from the Cupid, but he won't last much longer. The Aegis is down in the Final Judgment off the mark. Stoinis doing a lot of damage here and manages to get the beast to get himself out of that Hades ult. In the meantime, a big dive coming out from Clapper, and Thagorus gets a kill onto Bing Bing. Stoinis with a double kill onto Madman with Gun, and Nuke Ninja's going to fall to Narn as well. ZBDD under this T2 tower might not last too much longer. He's going to take the dive here. Clapper doing a lot of damage, and the Prot Shred is out from this Guan Yu as well. Vematron diving deep and doing a lot of damage to Gorus, credited with the double kill, and Gargantuan Gus is here to push down the T2 tower.
Jeez, that's just... So they're losing this left one. Can we go damage actually? I want to see.
We sure can.
If that's oh, that's why he's the Goras.
Yeah, not a Goras.
Yeah, he is the Goras.
And look at that, Gargantuan Gus didn't even make it to that Phoenix. It was just purely the wall off of the Thoth, followed up by the auto attacks from the Heimdall that were doing it all.
Yeah, absolutely. And just looking to pick up the Oni Fury here. It's probably going to be, I'd say, a pretty early Fire Giant here from the Smite Chickens. And just looking to push down these Phoenixes and end the game at a reasonable time.
Yeah, that's kind of what you would expect from the top 2 team, or the second place team in OCL season 1. But good to see them, you know, playing this one out to the best of their abilities, and good to see Puri doing everything they can to try to keep themselves inside of this game, inside of this set.
Definitely a hard set to start your OCL career with, 100%.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think that Puri, though, are already showing that they've got the chops to be able to take on a few of the teams that are in the OCL at the moment. And they've definitely got everything they need to be able to bring it to some of these other teams as Chickens now start up this Fire Giant, and Puri are in the area to try to contest. Nuke Ninja, though, already backing, so maybe going to give this one up, but ZBDD doesn't look like he wants to. Madman McGunn's over to this wall as well. ZBDD goes in, he might be able to get the ultimate off here too as well. Vematron inside the backline though. Madman McGunn is using ult, he's trying to secure the Fire Giant down. Final Judgment will secure it, and the Chickens managed to pick that one up. Stoinis has already picked up one kill. Vematron is looking for this one. The Winds of Shamash come down, and Madman McGunn couldn't get the cleanse off in time. Vematron's going to pick up that kill. Nuke Ninja now the sole defender of this Phoenix, while Shootle is inside of the left lane, and this is a scary place to be in if you're the Puri boys at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. I think this game is just over. The boys are just going to push it down. Cupid's going to back here. I don't think they're going to be able to defend it. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to see a one-shot Final Judgment here.
Hopefully Nam picks up the Chicken Boy again in the chicken for the chicken in the next set, so that we can try to see a one-shot Final Judgment, but
it's not
looking like it. Chicken's now going to push down this T2 tower in mid. 2 Phoenixes already down, and Puri are maybe going to be able to try to defend this mid. Phoenix, ZBDD back up on the map. Man with gun up in 2 more seconds. Nine is charging that Final Judgment. Claffer goes in, the Final Judgment off the mark, and this Phoenix taken very low. The QB Dolder's out, and Shootles has to use that beast to pull himself away from that situation. ZBDD deep in the backline uses that ultimate, but he's going to fall. DJ Bing Bing was sent out of that fight, and 4 members are going to surround him here. Stoinis, though, surrounded by 4 of his own. Beads are going to be forced out of Nuke Ninja there. He's trying to 1v1 against Stoinis, but there's 3 more members around him. A double kill comes out. Man with gun does manage to pick up Stoinis inside of the backline of that fight. Thegora's diving deep, but it looks like the Chickens are going to be able to take out this fight. No one dashes in, and he gets a huge chunk on that too.
Oh my lord.
Vematron.
Yeah, that's game.
None.
That's game.
The Chickens, they're going to dive down into this Titan room. Titan falling very low. Man with gun's not going to give it up just yet. Doing what he can, isn't going to fall, but the Titan will, and game 1 will go the way of the Chickens.
And that was, yeah. I mean, Goras doing 21k, not really ever being in trouble. Naren finishing 5-0-15. I think the only 2 people to die on the Chickens were the Set and the Gilgamesh.
Yes.
You know, pretty clean game from the Chickens there.
You do love to see, I mean, and you do get that on the big jobs as well, you know.
You do, honestly, and this is a big job playing against the Chickens.
It sure is.
So, like, they've done well. We're proud of them. I'm still biased for them.
Yep. I still think that they can take game number 2.
Yeah, and this will still be a 3-game set.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's take a quick look at these details here. I wanted to see Claffer's healing at 9,730 healing on the Guan Yu. That's
oh my
pretty
god,
ridiculous.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. Can we just go to his build one more time?
Yeah, why not have a quick look at that build?
Yeah, just make sure.
Oh, he managed to get the bauble in time. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's 60% CDR.
I don't think he made it to 60% with that build,
no,
though.
He didn't. No, wait,
No.
40, 50?
50? 20,
Yeah.
40, 50, yep.
50, absolutely. That is wild. We love to see it. And I'm going to assume that it was a cat shield coming out last.
I would have thought he would get something with some CDR on it, though. So he can close out to 60%. Does Cat Shield have CDR?
Cat shield. I don't think so.
I don't think it does. But Cat Shield, you're right.
Cat shield.
You make an excellent point about Cat Shield.
I'm being told now. I'm being told by production here that he did have 60% CDR.
Oh, he bought a pot.
He bought a power pot in their base.
All right, that's a gamer move.
Yeah, so I believe that's pretty big. That's pretty smart.
That's a gamer move if ever I have seen one.
Should we just go straight into game 2 here?
Yeah, we sure should. I just need half a second to set up.
Oh yeah, no, all good. No, all good. I'd like to see maybe some more circles coming out from Puri.
From Puri, honestly, I think that they drafted the top side of their comp really, really well in that game. If they had picked themselves up just something to play off of that Athena, like they got the Cupid, which plays off really well. If they just gotten themselves a nice burst damage mage, I think that they would have gotten, like, their comp would have been bloody perfect.
I think so as well. But the Athena did go 0-8, so maybe not the best pick.
Potentially not.
For Mr. Bing, but that's okay.
That's okay. You do once again receive that on the more sizable workloads.
Stop.
No. We've been casting for 5 hours now. I will not stop.
Yeah, that's fair. You can't.
I can't.
You
Can't stop,
you
won't stop.
physically can't.
I lack the
Um,
capacity. Alright. We are, in fact, going to be getting into picks and bans for game number 2 here between Cognitive Chickens and Puri in just a moment. Please work. Cool. That'll do.
wow, you're amazing.
Thank you. As we see,
Can we get a smile for how good this
that's
production
not
is in chat,
correct.
please?
Already messed up the ban. There we go.
All right. Well, maybe
Maybe
don't do the
not.
smile.
Maybe don't do
Yeah,
the smile.
maybe
Probably
don't
not
do
a
the
great
smile.
idea.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to need half a second anyway.
That's all good.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the smiles.
Is that Oh, I was going to say, is that Kepri ban real? But it seems to have
No.
changed to Lancelot.
Yeah,
So
real quick
I don't-
change on the ban there. Didn't know you could do that, but apparently you can.
That's okay. We're bringing it out.
Instead, it was in fact a Kepri ban on the other side coming out from the chickens here. Please, for the love of God, be the right number. It is. Alright. Yeah, it's going to take me a sec. It's a lot harder with only 2 people, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. No, that's all right. Yeah.
Alright.
So that first game was absolutely just a bit of a team diff.
Yeah, absolutely. It was all. I think the game
Experience
entirely
diff.
came down to ZBDD dying to that tower there for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, kind of weird play by him.
Yeah.
Absolutely gonna be like in VODs would be going over that.
Yeah, I would
Rishi
say
with
so.
pretty much with a fine tooth comb.
Going in with their coach Goliath, as far as I know, to break down what happened exactly in that scenario, and hopefully that'll be on the highlight reel as well. I would expect.
That would be good. That would be good.
As we see the Athena and the Yuhuang were banned out there as well. As the next 2. Some pretty standard bans. I like getting rid of the Athena there. It was obviously a core pickup, otherwise the Puri boys wouldn't have grabbed it quite as early as they had. And the Yuhuang as well, like we were talking about before, is a fantastic pick to be able to grab, so a nice ban out from the Puri boys there as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just getting the Athena obviously putting in a little bit of work, and the Cog Chickens didn't like it. So,
Yeah, I think mostly just like prevent them from being able to grab those comfort picks that they're really really comfortable on, you know, and clearly are trying to build a comp around.
yeah, absolutely. And the Freya coming out here from Puri being banned. Obviously, the Goras, known player.
Known Freya player indeed, and Freya being a pretty dominating pick in the duo lane at the moment as well. So good to be able to take that one away from him. Good first pick though out of Puri once again, looking towards that Nemesis, and I think Newton did as much as he could on that pick. He managed to get some good ultimates off in that last game, and hopefully he can run it back quite nicely in this game.
Yeah, I think obviously a comfort pick for Nuke Ninja, and I think that's what Puri should just be looking for here. Just get some comfort, get some experience, try and take some good team fights,
that's what's
and
happening.
get some value in lane.
Sorry.
Much better.
Yeah, my bad.
No, good.
Alright, as we see now, Baron and Ula. Baron are locked in, Ula being hovered at the moment. And I like this from the chickens. Baron is a pretty strong god at the moment, being able to build that Protector's Mask and pick up Bauble a little bit later on in the build as well. I very much like that pickup.
Yeah, it's absolutely going to be Baron support, and the Ula, I would say would go into the duo lane as well, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Naren play it in mid either.
Yeah, it's a pretty good flex. I honestly would expect to put it in solo as well, potentially. Like, I think that god can go pretty much anywhere and do a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think it's a Vem god?
I think I could imagine Vermatron playing it. I think he prefers his tanky picks. We saw him on that Gilgamesh last game, and he likes to play a facilitator role a little bit more often. But
it would be wild to see how cracked on the sticks he is with Ula.
absolutely,
Just fucking smacking the Xbox controller around.
as far as I know, he would be the best Xbox-based Ula player in OCE at that point if he were
Definitely
gonna
the
pick it up.
best console-based Ula
Absolutely,
player, for sure.
without a
No,
doubt.
most definitely. And Poseidon locked in here for Puri with the Ganesh Hobbit. I love it. I love it.
Love to see it.
The Poseidon
Give me
is much
Ganesh
better.
Poseidon, and there it is.
Yeah.
Glad to see this Poseidon picked up.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have a facilitator there, a nice little setup god like that. Athena, unfortunately, banned away from them this time, but I think Ganesh and Nemesis can still set up this Poseidon to do some good work.
think the Ganesh can. I think the Ganesh is going to be a suicide bomber for this Poseidon holder.
And that's absolutely fine. If you get off a nice Ganesh ult, trap people inside, and then use your knock up to really force someone to die inside of that Kraken, you're going to be doing a hell of a lot of work. And
Yeah, absolutely.
on top of the potential for a Nemesis ult on that same person, you're really looking to shred someone down pretty hard.
Yeah, and the Hebo picked up here. That's just jungle.
Jungle chance.
Jungle
Jungle?
chance.
Jungle maybe.
Less?
I think I could see Stoinis picking it up there. It's a good pick to be able to have. You kind of make up a little bit for the fact that Ula might go mid. Yeah, interesting. Interesting to see where that one's going to go. I mean, it's a huge DPS god, very, very good with Doom Orb. So yeah, curious.
And the band's coming out here. The Cupid, obviously, just making them play something different, making them give Cognitive Chickens a new look. And the emoji coming out for the bands for Puri, just pretty standard stuff all out here. Just making sure. That means that Puri's not convinced that the Baron's going support.
Yeah. Which might be the right call. I do think that Clafchamp is going to pick that one up into support, though. I think that it's a fantastic pick for him. As we see the Hades being banned out by the chickens there as well, which yeah, I do like to see that banned out as well. ZVD did play really, really well on it. He clearly loved picking it up. And regardless of going to the tower, he had such a strong early lead on that pick.
Well, he did solo them.
He did solo them, even though he got soloed by a tower. That means that the order,
regardless of what happened later in the game, there was at one point where no one else touched them, and he died.
And ZBDD killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, that means that the order goes ZBDD, then towers, then Vematron. That's how I see it.
I believe that's true. Yes.
I think that's the case.
Yeah, that math definitely adds up.
I think it does.
And the Guan being bad, just a good ban. Get
Yeah.
that away from Claff. Get that out of his hands. If you're not sure that he's going to take the Baron, we don't want him on the Guan.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, both of those picks, the Baron and the Guan, are nice little flex picks as well. So being able to kind of ban one of those away from a flexible role is a really smart move to make, I think.
Absolutely.
But with this Bastet pick, does that mean that Hebo's going into mid?
It's looking like it. Which is, yeah. Well, maybe we'll get to see the one-shot ult this game.
Yeah.
from the Hebo.
From the Hebo, surely. Surely Nine is delighting us with a one-shot ult on the Hebo.
It would be lovely. And the Geb, is that going to be a solo Geb here?
It might be. We have seen the solo Ganesh come out, though, and I wouldn't be surprised to see ZBDD bringing it out himself. It does a lot of damage, you build the right build, and you can just absolutely chunk on that pick.
Does Ganesh have the highest damaging ability in the game?
Oh, let me think about it for a second. Yeah, he absolutely does have the highest damaging ability in the game.
In Dharmic Pillars, amazing.
Dharmic Pillars, what a fantastic ability. And yes, if you're going to put him in the solo lane, you're going to pick up those items that are going to facilitate the highest damaging ability in the game, then yeah, you have an absolutely massive chance of popping off. And I like seeing this Artemis here as well. A nice little bit of CC to round out the comp. You've got so much to set up for the Kraken inside the Geb ult, inside of the Ganesh ult, inside of the Artemis ult, inside of the Nemesis ult. They're really playing around this Poseidon, and I think Madman with Gun is the right person to play around on this team.
Absolutely. I'm just a little bit worried about the Geb Artemis into a Baron Ula.
Yeah, not a lot of movement there for a lot of CC coming out from the chickens.
Absolutely. It's going to be a painful first couple of waves for Puri here would be my guess. Oh, actually, it's looking like a Neef, so that Ula could absolutely be going into the solo lane.
Yeah, without a doubt. I would be very, very interested to see whether or not Vem would run it over there. There's still just so much that I don't know what they're gonna do with this.
Wait, you make let's make a guess. I'm going Baron support, Ula ADC, Hebo jungle, Cassette solo Neath mid.
Ula mid, Harbois solo, Bastet jungle, Baron support, Neath ADC. Gonna be honest, don't know what I just said, and I also didn't check the stream to check whether or not that was right, but it could be.
It very well could be. I didn't check either, but
we should very shortly.
It's gonna be an interesting game here, coming up. Seeing if Puri can work around the amount of CC and just burst damage they have with the Poseidon.
Absolutely. as we are just about ready to get into this second game between Puri and Chickens. Once again, Distinct, tell me who you think is going to take away this particular set.
I'm gonna absolutely shell out for my boys Puri here.
Understandable response.
I've put 1,000 of them in chat, a
Mhm.
1,000 of them in chat on the predictions.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
don't
mhm.
let me down, boys. And yourself.
I haven't put anything on them in chat because I can't. But yeah, you know what, Puri, let's go. I think you guys are giving yourselves a perfect draft to be able to take this W away here, and I think that we're just about ready to get into this second game.
Surely this is our second game 3 of the season.
I would suspect so. There's no reason that this doesn't go to 3 games here.
Absolutely. No, obviously. Now it is looking like
Yes.
it's looking like what I called. No, except that it is jungle Hebo, and Vemitron will be piloting the best set in the solo lane.
I swear I said the vast majority of that.
Yeah, you probably did.
If I actually word for
I
word
don't
said that
remember.
without checking the stream, someone
Yeah.
should let me know.
Nah, don't.
Nah, do.
He doesn't need it.
No, for real, let me know.
He doesn't.
Because if I got that right, you're welcome. It's just what I bring to the casting table.
Yeah, Lath is confirming that Dice got every pick wrong.
He would do that, wouldn't he? I've also messed this up here. It's actually ZBDD is going to be bringing that Geb into the solo lane, and the Ganesh is going to go to support. So I'm curious to see how that works out. Maybe the Geb.
Oh, the Geb solo. We love that. We love that. It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see how it pays off for him.
I hate you because you read chat that said that.
Well, I don't know. I'm quoting Dodgeball.
Uh-huh. Yeah, very
And
keen to see.
looks like we have the boring trans Artemis coming out here.
Yeah.
You're not going full crit blink Artemis. I'm not sure what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that that's what this team comp needed here for sure. Vemitron on this Bastet as well is going to be quite interesting. We did see Bastet in the solo lane played a little bit after her rework, a bit more towards Worlds at the start of the year, at the end of last year. So interesting to see what it can provide into the lane these days as well.
Absolutely. As I said before, I think it's going to be a very interesting in this Joy lane. This Artemis, like it's going to be a bit easier with without the Geb, but it's still they're still just going to get run at pretty much here by Goras and Clap.
Fair bit of poke there. Claff on this Baron is able to provide so much CC in the early game and a good bit of healing as well. And Zagora's obviously doing a lot of damage. He is low on mana already, but I mean the ult is just going to keep chunking through people at this point in the game as we see a lot of aggression coming out into the middle already. Madman was going forced to use the beads there as he was knocked up by Stoinus, and still DPS coming out. Madman was going just barely able to get under his tower and misses that one. Unfortunately, the tidal wave off the mark, but manages to survive for now after using his beads.
Yeah, and Nuke Ninja just passing through the jungle. Oh, looking like
He's
nice.
going to poke out Stoinus there, but he takes a fair bit of health back for his troubles. And some grouping here from the Chickens looking for this right side mid camp. Nuke Ninja might be able to contest it here, but it might be worth instead just going to this mid wave and potentially picking up the left side mids.
Yeah, absolutely. Just don't split those. You'll be alright.
Yeah, she'll be right.
Yeah.
As the Chickens do pick up the right side, and yeah, looks like Puri are going to go grab that left side and potentially pick up these Oris as well, which is actually a decent play from them here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just looking like this Geb's going to be sitting on the tower, I'm going to guess, most of this game. And just kind of let the Basset do whatever it wants while they're getting pressured out in Joy here.
Yeah, Bing Bing eats a lot of poke there, and this Baron's Brew is just going to be ready to go for Thagoras when he needs it as well, and it looks like most of the Chickens have actually picked that up. A lot of sustain for this team so that they can stay out for as long as they need to.
Yeah, with the double Bluestone as well, getting that sustain.
You're probably going to be alright for this early game, I'd say.
And I'm assuming they're probably going to have Totem of Coup control with the Bastet over
Bastet over Gab, probably, yeah. As we see
early
this blue buff invade as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just took some of those backs as well.
And I mean,
Yeah,
Chickens have picked themselves pressure all across the map. You know, they've got the Uller on this side alongside the Baron as well, who's going to provide healing, pressure, CC. They've got the Hardwire in jungle, who has the one-shot potential. Bastet is by far and away going to outpressure a Geb. This is what the Chickens are looking for, a quick, decisive game 2 to get them through this set.
Yeah, just if they take this quick 2, I'll just confirm their spawn on the ladder.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It'll be absolutely good. But it's looking like boys are actually doing alright here, confirming their own purple. Looks like Claff is going to come up and just try and just stress them out a little bit.
He's poking out Bing Bing there as well. At least the Puri boys were able to pick up their purple buff there, and that does put them in a decent position in this duo lane. Now, at the very least, this Ganesh on Bing Bing on this Ganesh can rotate out of that lane. But Toodles potentially being aggressed on here in this lane now with Claffer and Zagoras having a fair bit of DPS for themselves and still really, really healthy with a fair bit of mana.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been 3 minutes and both teams just playing kind of safe, making sure to not get caught out anywhere or overextend.
Yeah, 100%.
See, as long as Puri can just keep farming up, mitigate this early game that the chickens have like obviously drafted for themselves. They've got a pretty crushing late game as well with the Hebo and Neath ults. But
yeah, that one-shot Neath ult build. I mean, that might be what we were waiting for from Nan, is a one-shot build on this Neath instead of the final judgment on the Thoth. Followed up by Hebo, who has just blinked in and gets a knock-up off onto Toodles as well. A nice bit of peel, though, from DJ Bing Bing, but it might not be enough as the ultimate comes out and Stoinis is able to pick up that kill for first blood onto Toodles, and still aggression coming out of the Bing Bing as well. Knock-up on the mark, but it looks like it was not going to turn into another kill, but first blood for the chickens coming out against Puri here.
Yeah, that's kind of to be expected against the Artemis. It's very mobile. If you can get onto it as the Hebo and just knock it up in the water spout it, you're alright. It's a pretty easy kill there for him.
Should be absolutely fine as we see Stoinis aggressing towards this red buff invade. Should be able to pick this one up pretty comfortably. Opts instead to just do the minis there, waiting for Madman with gun to back before he picks up the rest of the buff. Obviously expecting to take a fair bit of damage to red buff at this point in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Even with the what is he running? He's running spear.
He does indeed have Boombas.
Boombas, yeah.
Gold Fury up now, 1600 gold lead in the favor of chickens at about 5 minutes into this game. Neither Scorpion done, they did just spawn. I think chickens have been, Puri have been pretty good with their Scorpion respawns though. I would expect that Nuke Ninja's going to pick up this green buff and maybe go straight over towards that Scorpo. Chicken's very likely to do the same thing, speed to Scorpion pretty quickly.
Yeah, much more impressed by Puri this one, just a lot more, like a lot tighter, just keeping it together.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think they are trying to play this one slower, as Vemitron does get the ultimate off onto ZBDD, down to about half health, does fall the Geb, but shouldn't be too much of a struggle for him here. Pretty safe on this Geb, pretty healthy, already has a fair bit of physical defense on him as well.
Yeah, what's he looking? He's looking at the... What's that item going to be, do you reckon?
I have no idea. Could be an early Sov. Could be.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well against the...
ZBDD played that
just
very aggressive there.
Yeah,
he knew the Bing Bing was there, but it might have been too early to play that aggressively. Now being aggressed on himself, manages to get that ultimate off, and it might not be enough as the Ganesh ult comes down too, though. Kraken off the mark, unfortunately. No Whirlpool there to lock that one down, but Madman with gun, he's able to get the kill inside of the Ganesh ult. Claffer uses his own ultimate there. The life of the party is right in front of him, but meanwhile, Stoinis is here and has the ultimate available for himself. Knock up onto Madman with gun, and the water spout should be able to follow up on this one as well. The ultimate comes down, and Madman with gun very low. Picked up, though, by Nuke Ninja is the kill onto Stoinis, and the aggression still coming out here. Claffer has no ultimate available, none in the area as well. ZBDD's just TP back in, and DJ Bing Bing might be able to play this one aggressively. Knocks up Claffer, and ZBDD and Nuke Ninja are here. Claffer falling ever lower. The silence is out onto him as well. He might be able to get onto his tower. The shell is good. The shield is better. ZBDD is still falling low though. Zagoras has solo killed Toodles in lane, and it looks like the aggression is still going on in solo lane. Nuke Ninja's come back out, but that heal was huge. Nan now looking to play the aggressor in this one. Claff is still low, but Vemitron back in the area. The root's going to come out into Bing Bing a shield, and it will be a disengage from there while Zagoras invades the red buff.
Wow. That was a long fight. It ended up being a 2 for 2 over and right, excluding obviously the solo kill that Goras got on Killer Turtles, also in this 1-2-3. So not terrible for Puri over in right lane there.
Yeah, definitely a heads-up aggressive play from, counter-engage play by the looks of it from Chickens, but Nuke, Ninja, Madman with gun both rotated really well, playing off that Ganesh ult to try to counter some of the aggression that were coming out from the Chickens there as well.
It was a great jump from Vemitron, unfortunately getting caught in the whirlpool on the way back.
Yeah, and a nice Kraken coming out as well. Now forced to use his beads there and does manage to get the backflip off just in time to keep himself alive. DJ Bing Bing now getting that kill with the Dharmic Pillar's highest damaging ability in the game. Gifts it straight over to Madman with gun. Aggresses onto Stoinis as well, but probably doesn't realize the Claff is in the area, and the life of the party right there is going to be able to lock down Madman with gun, but Nuke Ninja's here now and Stoinis is very low. The damage is coming out now as well. One dash is used, two dashes are used as well, while Stoinis uses that ultimate to get himself way out of position. Nuke Ninja credited with that kill, and this is going to be a fight in favor of the Puri boys.
I believe that was a 2 for 1.
2 for 1.
2 for 1 there with Puri with Nuke Ninja coming in to clean up afterwards. He did, however, use his ult on a 1 HP Hebo.
He did do that. Vematron solo kills ZBD on that Geb. Not what you expect out of a mystical male Geb at this point in the game, but Soul Eater
Oh,
on the
mystical
best stat.
male Geb.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
yeah, yep.
So that's going to be dividing dividends late game.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. He's dealing with, I mean, he's dealing with a Bastet, he's dealing with it all, he's dealing with a Neath. It's not actually a bad physical defense item to have at this point. Maybe if it hadn't taken as hard of a nerf as it had earlier last season, it would be fantastic. But at this point in the game, I think I'd prefer a Sov on my Geb.
I think so as well. But that's if Geb can roll into late game, the mystical male will be helpful.
Absolutely, and he do be rolling.
He do be rolling.
He kind of
Not
rocks
always
when
out
he
of
gets to the
early
late
game.
game.
Sometimes he gets into late game.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes. See, being potentially alone here with Stoinis around this corner might be able to get spared off for a bit of DPS. Claffer, though, playing aggressively towards his red buff, and Bing Bing's going to do everything he can to zone out the chickens from picking this one up, and a huge Kraken comes out. Diamond Pillars are on the ground as well, and Claffer's trapped inside of this one. There is a lot of follow-up, but Claffer's gotten a huge heal off, and the rest of the chickens are just going to disengage from this one, but a lot of ultimates used there to secure the red buff.
Yeah, not a lot of damage coming out onto. I guess that was just the healing.
The
from
healing
Claffer
is huge
afterwards.
from Claffer
Yeah,
already.
Like, everyone was full health after that. That's wild. How much is he on?
He is on 1100 at the moment. Meanwhile, though, Nuke Ninja's just used his ultimate onto Vematron, and the counter ult comes out, but the beads were used by Nuke Ninja to get himself away from that one. No kills are going to come out here, but Vematron taking a little bit of pressure at the moment. Jumps in, though, and Stoinis just killed Toodles again in the duo lane.
And they've got a trap. They've got
Gargantua and Gus already pushing down this duo side tower, and it's up to the chickens whether they force the tower or go towards the Gold Fury here.
It's just, I mean, they could do both. They can force the tower and
then go
pick up
gold.
the Gold Fury afterwards. Yeah,
True.
it's kind of the map is their buffet at the moment.
It is indeed their buffet.
Look at how they want to crack it open.
And Mamam's gone just barely ticking up to level 11 there. Not too, in fact, ahead at the moment of the old Nan in mid on this Neath, so well played there.
Can we get damage numbers up? I'd like to see how much Madman's done, because he has been cracking. Where is he at?
Where
Yeah,
is he
there
at?
you
Oh, there you
He's
go,
like
3-5. Not bad.
Yeah,
Not a bad spot
he has
to be
been
in.
cracking. Yeah, absolutely.
We see obviously Vematron at the top with that Soul Leader on the Bastet.
The double stack Basset coming
This
out
is
from
interesting.
Denver.
Picking up this Pyromancer here, I like this. You've got the secure, you have the Kraken available, and this Pyromancer is going to fall pretty quickly, but I think the chickens might just be aware and probably well sniffed out there by Puri to know that the chickens were around. Vematron is right now proxying this wave, but now the chickens are going to pick up this Pyromancer and look to be the aggressors.
This is a 5-man rotation. Goras is over here.
Vematron potentially in a little bit of trouble here. Manages to get the ultimate off onto Newton. Choose beats are not available. Chickens have already picked up that Pyromancer and are chasing down looking for DJ Bing Bing. Nan has picked up the kill onto Nuke Ninja, and in the meantime Bing Bing has been pulled in very aggressively. Madman with gun is being chased down by Stoinis, and it looks like this fight might just go the way of the chickens. A huge Kraken comes out inside of the Diamond Pillars, but it's not quite enough to lock down a kill. Zagoras gets that double kill off the back of the Axe, and this game's definitely going the way of the chickens at the moment.
Absolutely. It just seems like they've got about a 7k lead at the moment in 11 minutes.
Not a bad place to be.
That's without Gold Fury, just Pyromancer, and only one tower pushed down as well. So there's a lot of gold still on the map for chickens to take whenever they feel like it. And it looks like they're just going to walk over to the Gold Fury here and take it.
I'd expect more than a 9k lead after this Gold Fury. That mid tower falls down, putting them to nearly 8k.
Yeah.
And the chickens are doing everything they can to run away with this game right now.
Oh, absolutely. They're just putting this one to bed, and kind of thankful for it.
Yeah, without a doubt. We are 5.5 hours into the stream, but a fantastic stream it has been, and we will continue to bring you fantastic OCL content over the coming weeks.
Absolutely. Well, set 2 was absolute banger.
Yeah, absolute barn burner as we see more aggression coming out towards this solo lane side of the map. ZBDD trying to pick up a little bit of farm wherever he can right now on this Geb. Fair bit behind though, 4 levels down.
So what do you do in this position? Do you try and
Kill yourself to the fire giant? That's one way of doing it. It's one way of doing it. Maybe he was proccing anyway, now Vematron playing very aggressively on this half-health Geb. Yeah, able to get that Cataclysm ult to keep himself alive. And now rolling out towards the T2 tower. This is a bit of a bait though. The rest of the Puri boys are here. Zagoras in the area might just be caught out of position. Playing very aggressively onto the Geb though. ZBDD is going to fall there. But in the meantime, a huge Kraken comes down onto Stoinis. But the Puri boys are pincered and they might not have a way out of this side and left alone to fight 4 members, and a double kill coming out from Degoris as well. Vemitron is going to dive deep looking for DJ Bing Bing, who is the last member of Puri on this side of the map. Meanwhile, Toodle is going to pick up this T1 tower, but now a T2 tower being aggressed on by the chickens here.
Yeah, this is not, this is a GameStop trade.
DJ Bing Bing, very likely to fall here to none, and yes, it most assuredly is.
I mean, they get the duo side tier 1, but at what cost?
But at what cost?
But at what cost?
ZVDD is going to come in and try to defend this one. Nuke Ninja though, just doing some farm. He knows this T2 tower is gone.
You've got to be careful of the mystical male gap. You've got to respect it.
I almost would argue not pushing that T2 tower with the mystical male gap in the way.
Look, they got away with it, and ZVD, was a little bit passive to let them get away with it.
I think they barely managed to keep the Giant asleep there, as Nuke Ninja now being the one on aggressed on here. He's already used those beads, but the Bastet ult just barely off the mark, does jump in, takes the tower shot for it though. Shield coming out too is going to keep him alive, and I heard last man there, and I think it might have been from the Nemesis.
Oh, the Nemesis last man. That is an alpha move.
That's a ballsy play.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this 1v1 going on over here. Stoinis is going to lock down that kill, down to half health though, as Toodles do what he could. Still playing up very aggressively near that tower though.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they're just going to group up, push down these, get some more farm. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a 17-minute FG coming out here.
Yeah, I think that's a play. Get yourself a little bit more farm. Maybe wait for the Pyromancer to respawn. Cups are up now, so you've got a chance to get a Gargantua and Gus on the map and go push down that Fire Giant.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, Vem hasn't even finished his double stacking yet, which is honestly
it's depressing.
Kind of lacking by him.
And we know why it's happening as well. We know what he's dealing with over here.
Absolutely. The mystical male Geb is an absolute problem.
Absolutely.
For somebody in this game.
Poor Dylan, bro. I love him. As we see Puri still trying to pick up whatever farm they can at the moment. Should be able to pick up their own Scorpion here. We do see Vemitron rotating in though. Might be able to look for some picks, and Narn around in the mid lane as well, charging up that World Weaver ultimate.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see. I don't think we'll get to the point, but
probably not with that build either.
5Ks. Oh yeah.
He does have fail not. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So already 30% CDR coming out here from 9 on the Neath. Which actually kind of slaps.
Why would you look for big damage Neath ultimate when you could look for many medium-sized damage Neath ultimates?
Yeah, but I mean, your Hebo can crit.
That's true as well, and that's terrifying. What a thought. What a terrifying thought.
And I think that's worth it. And so yeah, it looks like even earlier than I thought. It looks like a 16-minute Fire Giant here from the chickens.
Just shy of 16.
That was 4.
Now here comes that Weaver ultimate. The ultimate. The Aegis does come out to try and protect him.
I think ZB ate that.
He did indeed eat that.
Yeah. Oh my god, what a play from
ZBDD now, but the one being aggressed on here has the Cataclysm available, but not going to be able to use it in time. It's going to fall to the double kill for Goris, and now Killer Toodles and Nuke Ninja, the only ones left over here to defend.
Do we know what the record is for quickest game?
It's probably going to be this one. Bing Bing here now as well as the Nemesis ult comes out, but not enough damage coming out from that one. Vemitron in a little bit of trouble. Not enough. Dharmic Pillars are big, but not quite big enough. Claffer does fall to Nuke Ninja off the back of those Dharmic Pillars though, and Thegoris diving deep looking for Toodles. He's going to probably fall to this one, but Thegoris is picked up off the back of that one too, and still aggression coming out from the chickens. Nuke Ninja, the last one to be picked up, and a deicide for the chickens as they try to push down this right side Phoenix.
Yeah, they get this Phoenix. I don't think they could end because the cooldown time, the death respawn timers from Puri are still in the 30s.
Yeah.
So
Cataclysm comes out as well. Madman was doing everything he can to keep his team alive there. After the back of that Kraken.
Player damage numbers just slowly ticking up.
He's creeping. He's creeping for it. 5-8, more damage than the Baron. And a lot of the rest of his team.
That's true, but however them...
Oh, a Bastet ult comes out and it's off the mark. ZBDD had that shield ready regardless, and now a blink out from the Geb as well. The Bing is here now too to see what he can get off in this scenario. Just trying to keep chickens from being able to kind of do anything else on the rest of the map while they're wasting time near this right side Phoenix.
Yeah, well, at this point, they just kind of have to get levels or let the
good whirlpool. The Whirlweaver comes out, though, and a lot of damage coming onto Man with gun. He is going to try to get out of this one. Oh, just off the mark is the arrow, but now DJ Bing Bing left alone to the knock-up from Stoinis, and the rest of the chickens are going to chase him into this one. Narn credited with that kill. ZBDD very close near this Gold Fury, and maybe taking risks from the rest of the chickens that are around.
Oh, sorry.
You're alright.
Yeah, it looks like they're grouping up to take this, mid-tier 2.
Oh, and Toodles trapped inside of that weave and he's going to fall to Vemitron.
I'd like to see Puri at least group up once.
Yeah, just like a
Maybe,
5-man grouping.
yeah, just like 5-man grouping one time for the one.
That'd be
Would
great.
be,
That'd be sick
yeah,
right now.
it would be awesome for them. But that's a like, as I said, as you said, second, second ladder team,
Hmm.
new team coming in for Puri to like fight against the chickens.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's a tough matchup. It's a tough matchup.
I think that every kill, every good fight, every nice objective play that the Puri boys get should be a win in their book. They should write them down, and DJ Bing Bing is going to walk straight into Stoinis here, who knocks him up directly. Was waiting on that corner bait. Diamond Pillars do come out to keep him alive here, but it's not going to be for long as Sigoris is around this corner. Well, we're coming out as well, and Claffer credited with that kill. I love seeing the ADC tanking the tower while the support gets the kill.
We do love to see an ADC wrapping around the back of a tier 2 tower.
That's a gamer move right there.
Yeah, that is a gamer move.
That T2 does fall, and the chickens are looking to aggress into this left side Phoenix, but this could be a
I'd like to
misplay.
see Puri at least defend this one. Give it a shot, boys. Come on, I believe in you.
Vermitron's playing the aggressor right now. The Phoenix already falling very low, but ZBDD is making his way in. Vermitron in the back line, and he does have a Nemesis ult onto him. A huge Kraken coming out, and the class is taking a lot of damage. He's going to fall very low to this one. Madman with Gun barely surviving a nice Geb shield to keep him safe and alive there, but this Phoenix is going to be aggressed on once more, and there aren't a lot of the Puri boys to keep this one alive now. Nuke Ninja full health. DJ Bing Bing back in the fight. Dharmic Pillar's still down for quite a long time, and the minions are going to rush into this left side Phoenix now. Vermitron jumps into the back, Killer Toodles force very low, the Aegis comes out of him too, and the Phoenix is going to fall. In the meantime, Stoinis in mid, but ZBDD does blink in, gets the double knock-up off. It's not going to be enough though, the Puri boys unable to defend that left side Phoenix, and mid now, the target of the chicken's aggression.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty... So I don't think we're going to break the record here, but...
Yeah, I think this might be...
Man, he's pumping out some... sorry.
No, it's fine. That's okay. Baron Ultimate was used there as well. Vermitron falling very low, and Killer 2 was credited with that kill against the Baron. A nice Dharmic Pillars is going to zone the chickens out for their over-aggression into this mid-Phoenix, and maybe an opportunity for Puri to come back into this game. Silence coming out onto Vermitron as well, and Narn playing very aggressive, but taken down to half health. Stoinis though, waiting around this corner. He could get a nice knock-up off. He's going to come in behind, and the blink in onto Toodles. The ultimate comes out, but a nice shield from the Geb as well is going to keep him healthy. Bing Bing in the front line though is going to fall, and there's a nice Bastet ult to pick up ZBDD, and he might just be in a lot of trouble here. Kraken comes out, and a nice Aegis though from Narn. Cataclysm was there off the back of it, but it won't be enough to pick up ZBDD the kill. And a nice Whirl Weaver as well is going to pick up one, but huge blink coming out from Nuke Ninja to get him away from Vermitron's aggression. This mid-Phoenix now the target of the chicken's forces. Oh, nice ult coming out from Nuke Ninja. I was going to get Vermitron very low, and he's inside of the trap. Oh, Vem!
Oh,
okay.
No. Dude, Vem is pumping out so much damage right now.
Yeah, 24k.
Like, yeah, 24k, 10k higher than his Neath. Middle Phoenix obviously still there, but the minions rushing onto the Titan with only Bing Bing there to protect it.
And the Bing is doing what he can, but
He's doing what he can, but he's just one lowly elephant.
and we know there's not a lot an elephant can do at this point in the game against Minion 34.
No, absolutely. You just call it Minion 34?
Minion 42.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I
50 Cent
tired?
Coming through the left right now. Looking like an easy pyromancy here from Gorash, just cleaning it up.
Yeah, nice little bit of lifesteal on that.
Absolutely solid.
And very likely going to be the Fire Giant picked up here for the chickens to make an attempt to end the game. I wonder if you are the Puri boys here, do you make an attempt to defend this one, or are you giving this up and trying to defend at your Phoenix/Titan?
I think you die to the minions before you get to the Fire Giant. If you
Yep, which almost probably happened to one of the boys back there. Unfortunately, when you have two huge waves of 5 minions coming in, there's not a lot that you can do to defend.
Yeah.
You get that on the big jobs though.
And it's looking like this. It's looking like
Well, Weaver comes out. ZBD did manage to blink out of that one. And the Bastet ult was just barely off the mark to catch him there. Roll out gets him back to Titan, but there can only be one place that the chickens are going, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's absolutely running it down mid and running it down to the Titan, and it's looking like the chickens are gonna take this set.
That was a frenzy.
Whoa. Yeah, that was a frenzy.
Onto the Phoenix there. This is an opportunity for defense though. Bing Bing in a good position to be able to get the Dharmic Pillars off, but it might be just barely not enough at this point in the game.
I think so.
I think, yeah. We'll see though.
I think they could end.
Let's see. They're going to make the attempted ending here. I'm keen to see what the Puri boys do, though. Nine already the one to rest on, but Bing Bing falls so fast to the damage from Thegoris there, and the Caledonian Bull is out of stunning a lot of people. The Kraken was used, but a nice Aegis keeps alive most of the members of the Chicken. Meanwhile, aggression coming out from Claffer. Vematron gets a kill onto Toodles, and the rest of the Puri boys are potentially going to fall here. Nuke Ninja, the next one targeted down, and there goes Madman with gun as well. A nice Geb shield to keep him out of that Bastet ult, but not for long enough before Thegoris picks up the kill. Stoinis with the last one. Madman with Gil gets a kill onto Stoinis before the game ends, and the Titan now will be the one that falls for the Chickens to take this set 2-0.
Yeah, that just pretty easy for the Chickens there. Not really, honestly, not really much to talk about.
But I cast it like it was.
No, it was perfect. Great, insane casting by you.
Thanks, King.
Absolutely great stuff.
And a great set from both teams here as well. Really, really glad to see both of these teams doing everything they could in that last set of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gorgeous gameplay from the Chickens.
Gorgeous.
There. Just showing us why they're second place in the league.
Yeah, without a doubt. No questions asked about their position here, and they had to make sure that everybody knew it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder if we'll have an MVP.
We will have a vote for the MVP. We'll see who's going to pick that one up and who is going to come in for the last interview of the night.
Absolutely, and what a wonderful night it's been. First 3-game.
Yeah, first 3-game set of the season. Very exciting.
It was wonderful and great new look there from 5 guys 3 lanes, bringing the fight.
Without a doubt, such a competitive team.
10-minute microwave miracles.
Yep. I'm really, really impressed by the way that they played that set and how competitive they're doing. Everything they can to look. My class in the lead at the moment with this MVP vote.
Absolutely. Yeah, Cog Chick's victory.
Cog Chicken's victory.
Thank you for joining us on the cast tonight, guys.
Indeed. We'll do this interview. We'll do a couple quick announcements and then do a raid and get out of here for the night, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, the moment Thegoris is in fact in the lead on this MVP vote now. Got a few more minutes.
I am gonna have to head off, brother. I need to go.
That's alright. I will do an interview and I will talk to you later, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank
you
you
guys for having me on stream. It was fun and great work by everybody.
Thank you very much for casting with me, Distinct, and it was great having you here.
Bye, guys.
See ya. Alright, I'm going to call it, and I'm going to say that this particular vote is going the way of Thegoris. So, mi amigo, if you want to jump in to the waiting room for your interview, if you would like to have an interview for your post-game, if you're around. Oh, he is indeed. Let's bring him in. Hello there, my friend.
Hello.
GG, well played.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and obviously the Chickens are showing that they still deserve to be a top team at the moment. How'd you... Yeah, go on.
It looked like that.
Yeah, for sure. Although, I mean, you can tell me whether or not this is true, but what did you think of the Puri boys in that set? Because I think they actually brought quite a good bit of individual play, and they were showing some signs of some good team play coming out as well.
Yeah, I thought they were actually doing a pretty good job grouping, honestly, and not just like, letting us do whatever we wanted when we were ahead. They were trying to take the fight to us, even if it didn't go their way, And I think that's really important, especially for just like improving quickly, like that's huge.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I was really happy to see that. I think that's the main thing.
100%. Oh, there you go. You did, in fact, win the MVP vote. That's good. Yeah, it was really, really good to see them playing out this set and doing everything they could. Tell me, though, what were comms like when Vem got soloed by ZBDD in that early area when he was playing that Hades into the Gilgamesh, I think?
Honestly, a lot of it was a bit of, just complaining about Hades, I think, and a bit of a laugh, I think, afterwards.
Yeah, fair enough. my boy did tell me before the set, he goes, I'm just going to pick Hades tonight and see what happens, and I mean, he got a solo kill with it, even though he died to a tower later, so good for him.
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah. I haven't revealed the schedule for next week, but I think that you guys have probably seen it by now. Do you know who you're playing into next week yet?
Yeah, I believe we're playing into Detox next week. So
Detox.
the new team on the block.
Indeed, we did see them come in, and I think that now they've had an opportunity to get out into this first week, they should be able to start scrimming as well shortly. But I'm excited to see how you guys go into that one. How has scrims been going for you guys of recent though?
Yeah, we've had a few recently. It's been going pretty well actually. We've really learnt a lot, I think, and we've been trying a lot with our comps. We haven't really been playing the same thing game to game, and it's really helped just sort of grow our comms, grow our team. I mean, we've been going on almost 2 years now, right? So it's
Very exciting.
yeah, it's good stuff.
Awesome, man. Well, I will let you go. It's already getting to quite a late night. So,
Oh yes.
GG's, well played. Good luck with your sets next week, and thank you for being here.